My teacher finally admitted to being racist against me, not realizing my principal was watching the whole time. The day Ms. White found out I was an inner-city transfer, she made it her mission to fuel my imposter syndrome, and today was no different. TJ, since you're so good with urban technology, why don't you set up the laptop while I use the bathroom? You see, I'd spent the last 3 months scheming with Principal Lint to get evidence for how she'd been treating me. So while Miss White was in the bathroom, everyone watched as I logged onto Zoom and started a call with Lint. And when everything was set up, I strategically placed my Yale acceptance letter, aka Ragebait, right on my desk where she'd see it. When Miss White came back and saw it, she laughed. Class, this is why college admissions are broken. Merit doesn't matter anymore when you check the right boxes. Bingo. Behind her I caught Beth, the popular girl, mouthing, "I'm sorry," but Ms. White was on a roll and pulled out my lunch. Gas station food. Again. She unwrapped it slightly, nose wrinkling. "Stand up, TJ. Show everyone your shoes." My legs felt heavy as I stood. The sole of my left shoe had started separating last week, and I'd been using superglue to hold it together. This is why we have dress codes, to maintain standards. Then her eyes landed on the small stain on my uniform shirt. "Did your single mommy forget to wash it? Or do you only own one uniform?" The words hit exactly where she wanted them to. "Your mother works 3 jobs for this?" She held up my last chemistry quiz. "And you got a B+?" She shook her head slowly, theatrically. "All those teachers who vouched for you. What a waste, Mr. Blake, Ms. Callahan, even Principal Lint. They stuck their necks out for what? For you to get into university to fill a diversity quota?" Leah whispered. "This is so messed up," to her lab partner. Ms. White's head snapped toward her, but she continued, her voice getting louder. "Your little brother looks up to you? Poor kid doesn't know better. Doesn't know his hero can barely maintain a B average at a real school." Chase Johnson, our quarterback, finally had enough. He stood up, all 6 feet of him. "Mrs. White, this isn't—" "Sit down, Chase!" Her scream made everyone jump. "Or you'll be next. Don't think your scholarship makes you special." There was a slight echo from the speakers when she yelled, "Is that microphone on?" She glanced at the computer but shook her head, assuming it was from the intercom system. Even Sophie Williams, the teacher's pet since freshman year, looked pale as she watched Ms. White circle back to me like a shark. "You cheated on the Yale application. Admit it." She was so close I could smell her coffee breath. "Your type always claims racism when held accountable, but I know what you are, a charity case who gamed the system. Tell everyone why you can't go on the field trip next month." She was enjoying this. When I stayed silent, she answered for me. "Because even the subsidized cost is too much. Isn't that right? Your father in prison?" she asked, knowing damn well my dad died serving overseas. "That's usually the story, isn't it? Dead or in jail. Which one is yours?" Then quieter, so only I could hear, "Immigration checks employment records these days, even for citizens. Would be a shame if someone reported your mother's 3 jobs to the IRS. You're threatening me." I said it loud enough for the Zoom call to hear. "Threatening?" She laughed. "I'm just sharing information. I have over 20 years of experience protecting this school from your kind. Just like you protected it with Deshaun Okafor." The entire room froze. I knew I was taking a risk, but I needed her to finally confess. She was so hungry for recognition that she kept talking, spiraling with self-obsession. One email about his gang affiliations was all it took for his Cornell scholarship to be revoked. "Last I heard he was working at Dollar Tree." "That was you?" Chase said from the back, his voice shaking. "Deshaun was my cousin. He never did anything wrong." She was pacing now, lost in her own power trip. "I've given ICE addresses. Legal or not, they always investigate." Amazing what happens when anonymous tips come from concerned teachers. That's when I said it. The words that would end everything. "Miss White, you might want to look at your computer screen." She spun around, confused. Then she saw it. The Zoom window she'd minimized. The one showing Principal Lint's face. And next to her, Superintendent Scarlett, the school board president. Ms. White's eyes widened. "What